Got the open coming in a few minutes. In terms of gap players, gap is obviously already, we're in that neighborhood. So the big edge is already gone for the gap fill. So a reminder, this is about accumulating profits. So sometimes if you've had a decent trade already, first thing, you want to clear it. You want to just go sidelines, put it in your pocket, and then you've got the luxury already of saying, all right, I'm going to be a little choosy, because I've already got something in my pocket. Depending on the size you played, there's some traders already gone. When I was in a room with Zeke way back when, man, we had a doctor that would come in first 5 minutes of the day, first 10 minutes. He was gone. He would play big the first 5 or 10 minutes. What do you think? Which way we going for the next 10 minutes? Boom! You knew he was a big player. He'd get 1 point. He'd get 2 points. That's the irony. Traders that try to make all these calls don't understand. It's also about size. A guy like that would come in. He'd make his money in the first 10 minutes, or he'd accept his stop out, and then he'd go off to work. He was a surgeon, and obviously was big time, and that was his bread and butter, was being the surgeon. But he was smart enough to pay a guy who knew a lot more about the market than he did, and he didn't want to learn. All he wanted to do was have someone an intelligent person who studied the market make the call, and then he'd bet big with his capital, and he'd move on. So there are a lot of different styles of trading. Here's something I'll put a link to this in a room. I believe there is contradiction in life, and I believe the traders who are arrogant and guilty of hubris, who think they know all the answers, need to understand that paradox is part of life. We're never going to resolve the half full, half empty until hindsight. And I believe that, although some of these obviously are a little bit meatier than you're going to want to look through, when you get time, take a look at some of this stuff. Because I do believe that contradiction is a necessary part of life. Another article that I was skimming through last night, I love Escher. That's why I've featured him in a lot of my blogs, because if anybody understood contradiction, it was a guy like Escher. And he really was a mathematician disguised, I think, as an artist. He had brilliant work. And most of my work has symbolism in it, either through music or through some of the images that I put on the blogs. And he creates these illusions. And I think that's part of trading, and that's part of life, and that's part of understanding that there are no guarantees, that there are a lot of smoke and mirrors out there. So if you Google him and you look at some of his work, you'll see it. Okay, the open's coming up. Anyways, I'll give you a link to a couple of these, but brilliant work. Just contradictory, illusions and his stairways, just creative stuff that, the average guy has. Look at a picture like this, are you coming or going? How do you know? Nobody knows. So for those traders who think they know the exact answers in life, I submit to them that they probably don't. There's so much in the heavens and the stars that we don't understand. And I'm not going to be a know-it-all. That's all I can say. All right, let's play well. Let's play conservative. We've got a quiet open in here. And expect a couple of head fakes today. Hit and run type trading. That's what I'm looking for. Play well. You know the range we've already got it set up. Thank you, Peck.